and welcome to Pokémon Emerald National Dex version. Episode 1. I'm gonna be trying out a Nuzlocke of this. This is one of my favorite ways to play Emerald version. Not too many changes. Mostly it consists of... well, I think the name makes it kind of clear. You're able to obtain all Pokémon available in this region up to this point in-game. The version I'm playing also swaps up some of the trainers' parties and stuff. It's a little bit more than a vanilla ROM hack, but no huge difficulty spikes or anything. It's just a comfy way to play. Game options. Go ahead and change this up to fast. Look through the frames. I like the frames in this game. They're all colorful and each one's kind of unique, but not too intrusive. I always really like the spacey one and the leafy one and the sandy one though. We're gonna go with space. Or maybe it's flowers. I always thought it looked more like space on the smaller screen, but looking at it blown up big, I'm a little less sure. Oh, this also changes the sprites up. I think it uses the fire red and leaf green sprites. I don't like those quite as much as the ruby, sapphire, emerald ones, but see, who are we? And we are named Bug. There we go. Yes, we're moving to the little route. Probably going to go with Mudkip. Mudkip wasn't my first starter. I don't know. It ended up being my favorite starter out of the Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald choices. It seems incredibly unsafe. Just riding here, no paved roads, all these moving boxes bouncing around precariously. Yay! We made it in one piece though, so it's okay. I guess. I get my own room, but I don't know what that means for my parents. Vigoroth. Not sure that makes as much sense as the Machoke from Ruby and Sapphire to have as a moving team. Change the time up. Make sure that's, 12. I'm not sure why it goes for analog when we very clearly had digital and gold, silver, and crystal, but without an actual changing day-night system in this game, I guess it doesn't matter so much. Pages are blank. Battleberg Gym. Ah well. Gonna go meet our new rival. It's nice to see the little changes that Emerald had from Ruby and Sapphire, like your rival has a little sibling over there now. Not necessarily things that make a huge difference, but it's just cute to see. And then it incorporated some of the improvements from Fire Red and Leaf Green. Like the items in your inventory actually having little pictures to go with them now. Just little incremental improvements. A little bit sexist there, but he's probably one of the better rivals. He's got the best rival theme. Walking and walking. Since they moved the little boy inside now, it's the little girl here now. And he's being chased down by a Zigzagoon. Which seems a little less intimidating than a Poochyena, but also it's probably got Pokemon rabies, so let's go with Mudkip. Mudkip is always gonna have my heart as favorite starter, I believe. It's just so cute. It's got those cute little fins and its tail. It's just oversized compared to the rest of it, and I love it. The orange-blue contrast is a little less sharp than, I think, than the red and slightly lighter blue contrast of Totodile, but still just looks really nice. Honestly, I think all the starters in this game, design-wise, were pretty top tier. Let's see what to name you. Naming's always the hardest part. Do you give it a serious name? Do you give it a silly name? No. Let's call you... I think we'll call you Charlie. That's a good name for a Mudkip. I used to have a cat named Charlie. He was orange and white. That's a little rare, right? I feel like the orange is a little bit rare. But anyway, he was really cute, but he was afraid of everything, and when he got afraid of stuff, his tail would shake. It was just really cute. But when I say everything, I mean everything. He was afraid of cupcake wrappers, he was afraid of toy spiders, he was afraid of curtains, he was afraid of everything. Okay, Rattata. It's nice to see early game variety with these types of ROM hacks. It's a lot more exciting than just running into the same 2 or 3 Pokemon over and over. And it gives you more variety to catch too. That's always a good time. Here we go. First rival battle. Hoenn is just about my favorite region ever introduced so far. It's got its temperate areas, it's got its more tropical-y areas. It's just got so many fun environments, like towns floating on top of the water, and towns built in volcanoes, and towns built in tree houses. I think it's just got environmental variety that I don't think we've really gotten to see since. I find that a little disappointing. It's just really exciting to explore, really exciting visually. I just love it. Nuzlocke rules. I guess I'll also put this in the description. Standard stuff, catch the first thing from each route you see. Nickname stuff. I'm not going to be catching duplicates. I will be catching shinies, but not using them. Unless they're like the first thing that shows up. Because shiny. Gotta catch that. My very first shiny came from the route out to the left of this town, actually. It was a Wurmple, I believe, yeah. That evolved into a Dustox eventually. And then my very second shiny actually came from the exact same route. Same patch of grass and everything. Different games. My first shiny came from Ruby and my second came from Emerald, but my second was a Poochyena. Let's see, down here. I just also really appreciate the way the early areas in this game are structured. Like, with the levels of stuff you catch and the trainers you encounter, it doesn't really require any grinding. You can just pretty much start catching stuff and start going. You don't have to spend an extra hour at the start bringing everything up to a viable level. That's nice. Pokeballs. Professor Birch is probably also my favorite professor, just for being so different than everything else we'd gotten up to this point. Oh, yay, running shoes. Professor Oak was... his thing was being old, even though he was only like in his 50s. Or something like that. Then... Professor Elm was kind of a research nerd, but Professor Birch was fat and outdoorsy. And you could actually encounter him outside the lab. And that was just great. Little expansions like that. Okay, not off to a great start there, but still got 2 more places to catch stuff around here before we start battling, so hopefully that won't happen again. Be careful, Charlie. You don't know your own strength. What'll it be? Poochyena, okay. Not super exciting, but still take it. I like Poochyena. Might be a little more frail than I'd like for the later game, but it's one of those things that suffers from not having the physical special split, because I'm pretty sure dark type moves are special up until 4th gen. And I don't think this game incorporates the physical special split either, so... Let's see, what do we name you? We'll call you... Fenrir. Am I saying that right? It's one of those words I'm not sure I've ever heard said out loud, you know, only read, so I might be making that pronunciation up in my head. Roadblock guy is gone. Oddish. The most perfect Pokemon of them all. Okay, Cannot knock this one out. Be careful, Charlie. Absorb. I don't like that. Just gonna try and catch it right here. Come on. Switch out. I don't think it's going to do 7 points of damage. Yeah, there we go. Potion, heal up. Gotta catch this Oddish. Oddish is the greatest Pokemon ever conceived. I mean, it's just perfect. It's so round. It's got the right number of nubs. I think I've been over this already. And the leaves on top are just perfect. So wonderful. Yes. Okay. In exchange for me naming my roommate's Lotad Fred in his game, I'm gonna let him name my Oddish. We're gonna name it Oowish. Oowish. There we go. I think when I discovered my love of Oddish was... I forget the name of the episode, but I very clearly remember it. It was an Oddish in the anime that had a bunch of hop-up friends, and it even painted itself pink so it could be like them, but it couldn't fly away with all the other cute little baby Pokemons, because it wasn't super light like them, so they'd get blown away and it would have to run after them as fast as it could with its little legs, and it was just poor little baby. It just wanted to fly. Switch up a bit. That was another fun episode, also in the Johto region, I believe. Yeah, it must have been. Where there were two groups of Gloom that would evolve into Tackle. That would evolve into Vileplume or Blossom, depending on how the winds were blowing. It's 7, right? Ooh, that is not a great start. I may have miscalculated there. Sorry, Finn. But this should be okay with Absorb. Might have to switch out. Absorb. Absorb again. We should do it. Yeah. Level 5. Nice. Oh. That could have gone better, but it also could have been worse, so... Not off to an amazing start, but... There's a little more variability there than I expected. gonna be okay. Just gonna... There we go. Rest now. Go buy some more items just in case. A couple more Pokeballs. 5 should be good for now. I do like doing it in multiples of 10 once we got enough money or other supplies, just because I can see the free Premier Ball. And those are pretty. And I like their sparkle. I wish more games outside of Gen 4 and the remakes would have had the Pokeball seals. Those were a lot of fun. I liked when it was brought into 3D so you could kind of, that was one of my favorite things about the remakes, the seals there. The way it added depth to where the seals would appear when you sent out your Pokemon. I just wish it would have had shops and stuff prior to just before you start really getting into in-game stuff. Let's see how much this does. Okay, nice start. Attack roll. Absorb. Early game battles are pretty boring. But I think we're off to a good-ish start so far in terms of types. Since the first gym leader is rock type, we've got grass and water type so far. So it should be set up good for that. As long as nothing else goes wrong. Absorb. I like the extra double battles that Emerald introduced. It's kind of introduced as a concept in Ruby and Sapphire with obvious pairs of trainers, but Emerald introduced trainers that would catch you in their line of sight at the same time. You could either choose to take them on at the same time in a double battle, or if you talk to them individually, instead of having them both catch you, you could just battle them one-on-one. It's a little less exciting though. I just love the Battle Frontier. It's just a really huge area to explore, which is nice. And the thing is, compared to some other times that Game Freak has tried to introduce like large city areas, this place actually felt populated. I think it also helps that you could like go inside all of the buildings, and the majority, at least a lot of them, had something useful inside, like somebody who could tell you how your Pokemon would react in the Battle Palace with their personality and whatnot, because you can't give them direct orders in the Battle Palace, or move tutors, or places where you can buy stuff or bet battle points, things like that. That was just always really nice. Extra things to do are always nice. Post-game is nice. Absorb. Yeah. Grew to level 7. Sweet scent. Not bad. Spiro. Keep it in and then swap out for the experience. Go. And it's only level 3, so shouldn't be hard to take out. Yeah, that won't be difficult. There we go. I just really love the sprite work in this game too, like the berry plants. They're just so pretty to look at. And it's so satisfying once you planted them and you've been watering them to finally see them. The final flowering stage, and then going to that berry stage. Sometimes if you're lucky, you can even watch it happen. They get all sparkly and whatnot. And then they switch stages. It's just nice to see them move around in the breeze. See the different kinds you get from planting different berries. There's just so much variety here. So many things that are nice to look at. I like it a lot better than Diamond and Pearl. Mostly that has to do with the setting. I like this environment a lot better. I really loved playing Arceus. I thought it was a lot of fun, but it made me realize that I don't like tundras a whole lot as a video game environments to explore. It's kind of like having the whole thing set in a I don't know if that's a fun comparison. But I just don't like tundras as a setting. I don't love deserts either, just because a lot of the time it feels like deserts are underutilized. There is a lot that can be done with that. And there probably is a lot you can do with tundras too. I just dislike it. They're cold. They're not super bright colors to look at. It's just not so fun for me anyway. More power to you if you do enjoy that as an environment to explore. Going to potion first. Going to need to find something that's better against grass types. Just waiting for Ooish to wear him down is going to take too long. But Charlie is very weak against grass-type attacks and is just going to get weaker when he evolves and gets ground-type. Gonna try and lower this accuracy some. There we go. Absorb. It's going to undo all the damage we already done did. But this is more about lowering its accuracy right now, so we can actually start getting some actual hits in. Mud slap. Accuracy fail. Absorb. Mud slap. It should start working soon. Uh, 16 points. There we go. Okay, I think it's finally time. Fire types. What fire types are available early? Flying types. We might get lucky and catch a flying type in the woods, since that's coming up. Fire types. Now there's gonna be Numel, but I'm not sure what other Pokemon have been introduced. Okay, get healed up. That's another change I really appreciate in this ROM hack. Something that should have probably been in the main games by themselves, the ability to run indoors. It just makes it so snappier when you're not suddenly getting slowed down for arbitrary reasons. Bye. Had enough? Not really. Help Wally out probably, and then have that be the end of the episode. Yes, finished moving in. I guess this is how blue felt, and red and blue and yellow. It's Grandpa just swooping in, giving this other kid a Pokemon. While having him as an afterthought, but I'll take him on as a protege anyway. I think this is meant to be like the catching tutorial, but it kind of feels like this should have shown up just a little bit earlier. Like, it doesn't make it clear that this is a tutorial, and maybe that helps make it feel less hand-holdy, but it probably should have been Brendan/May showing you at the start. After you get your Pokeballs there. There we go. What else was caught? I also wish we got to battle Wally more in the main games. It would have been fun to see how his team grew and developed and stuff, but You get to see him here, then you battle him once in Mauville. Then all of a sudden, you're battling him at the Victory Road, pretty much the end of the game. And all of a sudden, he's got a really powerful team. It would have been nice to see that develop, but trigger this right quick. So our first encounter was Scott, the guy that's eventually going to introduce us to the Battle Frontier. And this seems like a good place to end things. Tackle Forest next time, maybe battle a gem later. See how things go. Save here. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you next time.